Alright guys, it's definitely time for another episode of games I bought recently, because the previous episode of this, I actually kept all the games I bought in that video exclusive to the Too Many Games convention. So I actually had some games that I had bought beforehand, but I didn't want to show them off because I wanted to keep it kind of themed around the convention. But I do want to start off talking about and showing you a game that I am the most excited about out of all the games I've got so far. It's a game that I've been wanting for quite a while now, and I finally got it. And that is a complete copy of Earthbound for the Super Nintendo. What really made me want to get this game is because I was waiting patiently for the Nintendo press conference this year at E3, and I was hoping that they were at least going to announce it for the Virtual Console or some sort of remake or anything, but they didn't. So the second their press conference was over, I hopped on eBay and I found an auction that I decided I was probably going to buy, and then I ended up getting it. This was not cheap, it was pretty pricey, and I was pretty picky because I wanted a box copy that came with the inner tray, which let me just show you real fast if you're not sure what I mean. Because the box is oversized because it housed the strategy guide and the cartridge, and I only wanted a complete copy that came with this inner cardboard tray. That way it can hold the cartridge. Now the box itself is in pretty good condition, much better than most I've seen on there. Most on eBay I've seen, with tears and price stickers all over it. This one is in pretty good condition. It has some dents in a couple of places, but for the most part, this is definitely acceptable condition for collecting purposes. And I also got the guide with it, of course, and the guide itself is in really good condition. There's very few flaws, maybe just a little bend in a corner here, but the guide itself is really in great condition. And this is one of the best strategy guides I've ever read. It's very funny. They use real-life pictures from, like, real photographs in the strategy guide, and all the enemies are, they're like little claymation figures and everything. It's really cool. It has it's a really funny, well put together strategy guide. I'm just trying to see if I can find a picture for you that kind of illustrates what I'm talking about. Here we go. Alright, there's some cops on some horses, and they use real-life photographs like that. I just find it pretty funny. Great strategy guide. And of course, I got the cartridge with it, and I've been playing it quite a bit. Right now, I am... for those of you that have played Earthbound, I just got to the town where you have to talk to Apple Kid and get him to make you that device that erases pencils or something like that. So, I'm in the town after that. After you erase the pencil, I'm in the town after that. And so far, I'm really enjoying Earthbound. This is the most I've ever paid for a single game, and I don't regret it at all. This game is great. I've been wanting to play it for a long time. I was not going to settle for a cart-only copy, so I finally have Earthbound complete. I'm very happy with that. It's a great addition to the collection. I love this game. It's something unique and different, and I think the price of admission was well worth it. Let me back up now to some games that now you'll realize how long I've had some of these games. Remember the Best Buy sale where certain games were $10? Well, I picked up some games. I haven't played any of them yet, so I'll just show them really quick. Ninja Gaiden, Dragon Sword for DS. All these games were $10, brand new at Best Buy. Prince of Persia, The Fallen King. I've heard this game was pretty good, so I figured I'd pick it up. It's a platformer. Hellboy, The Science of Evil. Operation Darkness. I played the demo for this game, and man, it was pretty terrible, but I figured I'd pick it up for $10 brand new. Universe at War. I picked Universe at War up and Red Alert 3 because after playing Halo Wars, I was sort of on this kick for RTS games on the Xbox. Haven't got around to playing either of them, but I've heard that Red Alert 3 on 360 is really good. James Bond, Quantum of Solace. I want to try the online out for this because supposedly it uses the same engine as Call of Duty for, the combat. And Soul Calibur 4. Now, there were other games that I wanted, but I did not get to go to Best Buy on the day the sale started. So I got there the previous day, and they were basically wiped out of everything. So I just had to pick up what was left. So, definitely a great deal there for $10 each, though. Here's a few more DS games I bought. Desktop Tower Defense. I picked this one up because, like a lot of people, I'm sure, have played the free version that's on the computer and really found it fun and addictive. Well, the DS version, I really didn't get that feeling. I never really got addicted to it. I'm not sure what it was, but I really wouldn't recommend this. I would still recommend Ninja Town over anything else if you're looking for a tower defense game on the DS. This is okay though. It's only $20 brand new, so it's kind of worth a try. But still, you can play the same exact game for free on the computer, so a little hard to recommend. My World, My Way for the DS, and this is a pretty funny RPG because it basically makes fun of the genre. You can force monsters to give you items. You can, talk yourself out of making quests complete themselves, so you don't have to do them. So it's kind of like tongue-in-cheek for the RPG genre. But the main reason why I wanted it though was because this game basically went out of print, I think like less than a month after it came out. They basically stopped shipping copies out to stores, you couldn't get it anymore. And this game is by no means like an exceptional, awesome RPG from what I've read, but the prices on eBay for this are like $40 to $50. So when I checked GameStop.com and saw that there was a brand new $20 copy at one of my local GameStops, one of the few within 100 miles, I decided to run down and grab it. Because I have a feeling this is going to be very hard to get in the future. So that's My World, My Way. Also, Nights in the Nightmare for the DS. This is a game that's really hard to put into a genre. It's sort of like a shoot-'em-up game slash strategy RPG slash who knows what. Complexity. Because this game is ridiculously complex. I mean, the tutorial in here, it'll take you 2 to 3 hours just to go through the entire tutorial for this game. It's very complex. Think of it as a strategy game, but when you attack, it actually turns into a shoot-'em-up game where you're using your stylus and like dodging bullets and everything. I put about 2 to 3 hours into this, and I just don't feel it's a level of dedication to learn the entire system to this game that I just don't have right now. The style though is really cool. And for those of you that don't know, Sting made this game, so if you've ever played Riviera or Yggdra Union for the PSP or Game Boy Advance, you know what kind of style they have. Really kind of mixed on this one right now. It has potential to be really good, but you have to have hours upon hours to learn the system and how this game works. Also from Nintendo Club, I used my points to finally get the Game & Watch collection, which I'm going to be keeping sealed because there's only like there's only 3 games in here. So honestly, this game probably won't be worth that much in the future, even though I'm keeping it sealed because so many people are probably doing the same thing. But I don't care. I'll play it once and never play it again, so I'd rather take the chance and keep it sealed. Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars. This was on sale a few weeks ago for $20 at Best Buy, so I decided to pick it up. Still sealed, don't kill me, I promise I'll get around to playing it sometime, because I heard it's really good. And you all know I have this one because I did a video on it, and that's the Dark Spire for DS, but I haven't mentioned it in a Games I Bought recently video, so I did end up beating it, put like 37 hours into it. My impressions still stand on this though, it's a hardcore RPG, and I had a lot of fun doing it, like all the grinding I did and everything, and just leveling up my characters, and, choosing what attributes and stats and everything I wanted to level up. But because of the Dark Spire, I actually went out of my way to pick up Wizardry: The Forsaken Land for PS2. This is actually the first Wizardry game I've ever played, which, for those of you, yes, I know, it's kind of like a departure from the main Wizardry series, but it still has that old school dungeon crawling feel. I also picked up Devil Summoner 2 for PS2, and for those of you that didn't know, it came in a deluxe box set. Every copy, at least the launch copies, you get the game itself, and it came in this box with a plushie right in there. Really awesome packaging, considering that all of that is only $40 brand new. Devil Summoner 2, I played it for maybe 2 or 3 hours, and really I thought I liked it, but I just lost interest in it after the 3-hour mark. I just kind of lost interest. I might revisit in the future, maybe after I beat Persona 4, but it's basically, Persona meets action RPG, and that's about all I got to say for it right now. Crimson Gem Saga. This is a really recent one that I just picked up the other day, and I'm about 7 hours into it already. It's a very enjoyable traditional turn-based RPG with a great graphic style, great hand-drawn art and sprites and everything, great animations. But, there's no bells and whistles to it. It's a traditional RPG with nothing special to it. The story is meh. The characters are pretty likable, but if you're looking for a pretty good turn-based RPG on the PSP, you really can't go wrong with this one. Klonoa for the Wii, one of my most anticipated games this year because it's basically a remake of one of my favorite games of all time on the original PlayStation. It's a platformer that everybody needs to play. Don't worry about getting the PlayStation 1 original because that's pretty expensive and you can get this for $30 brand new, but I highly recommend this. Any platformer fans out there, Mario, Sonic fans, try out Klonoa on the Wii. It's definitely not going to disappoint you. Without a doubt, worth $30. Now here's the problem with these next 2 games. I picked them both up on the same day, and that's Infamous and Sacred 2. So I really had to decide between which one I wanted to play first, and I chose to play Sacred 2 first, which I put in about 60 hours into this game already, and You know, I'm kind of, it's starting to get a little bit repetitive now, but I'll just say this: fans of Diablo, and if you have a 360 and you know you want to do some 4-player online, this game, you can't go wrong with it. It's all about grinding, getting loot, leveling up, getting, you know, new skills and everything. It's really addictive. The world is huge. I'd say it's bigger than Oblivion by far. But fans of you know, Diablo type games, you know, there really isn't anything like this on the 360 that's done this well. I would highly recommend it. And of course, I finally did get around to playing Infamous, and I played about an hour and a half worth of the game, and so far it's really good. I enjoy the open world gameplay. I'm taking the evil route, so I'm kind of forcing myself to be a bad guy, which I normally don't do when I first start up games like this that give you, you know, the choice between being good and evil. But I'd have the choice between, you know, taking hostages and escorting them to safety, or just blowing the hell out of everything. So yeah, I went the evil way. But so far I'm definitely liking this, and anybody that owns a PS3 definitely needs to pick up Infamous.